Hey guys, welcome to our second video on our restoration of our Yanmar 1510D. So this is the little tractor that I recently picked up, and in today's video we're going to go over how we did a custom Raptor liner paint job to match our truck. Be sure to go back and watch part one of this video to see what all we've done up until this point, which would include some basic maintenance, fluid changes, just stuff to get ready, as well as the cleaning, wire wheeling, and just total preparation to get this thing ready to paint. I took all of the loose body parts that I could and hung them suspended from ladders with some electrical fencing material. Then I started spraying Raptor Epoxy primer. As you can tell, it's already getting dark here, which caused me to get in a little bit of a rush. During that rush, I always share the bad as well as the good here. I make mistakes like anybody else, and I had a little too much faith that my primer was mixed well. I started noticing it didn't look quite right. It was coming out more of a white color than the gray that it typically is. And to be honest, I went back to mix another cup of it, and a big old glob of stuff was in the bottom, so it wasn't mixed up very well at all. I had to add a little bit of reducer to it. I think it works fine. It got good adhesion. These wheels I didn't actually spray both sides yet. I hadn't sprayed the backside, so the backside still only has primer on it, but it adhered well, and I don't think it's going to give me any issues. So we ended up using this HVLP gun in order to put 2 coats of this Raptor epoxy primer down. The biggest issue that I've had with the Raptor epoxy primer that's well mixed up anyway is it getting delivered, because every time I've ordered it from Amazon, the lid came off. Well, I ordered it from Walmart this time, which it was a distributor through Walmart, and I will say that I got it and it was not damaged. The lid wasn't off of it. But the caveat is that apparently it wasn't the whole kit, so it didn't come with a hardener too. Luckily, I had enough hardener left over from my previous can, which I probably had enough primer for that, but the primer was old. I didn't really want to use it, even though I would have mixed it up better, but that's on me. I take full responsibility. Now, that being said, so we go through here, and you try to get a coat of primer on everything, because it doesn't matter whether it's black or green going to end up being. Basically, we want that primer to be on everything. This is a step that you don't have to do, but I believe that it's going to have the best adhesion. And I do have a whole DIY series on Raptor liner paint jobs from when I did my truck, so I'll list that in the description, and you can go back and watch it if you want to. I will say that this is the way I prepared the truck, and it's been over a year since I've done it, and the Raptor liner paint job on that's done great. I hope to have a video out pretty soon. That's just an update on how it's doing now. One thing that I'll say is, whether it's the primer or the Raptor liner, this tractor took like twice as much as my truck. You mean, just think about it. The truck or any automobiles like got these flat panels. This stuff, you got all these nooks and crannies. I mean, just look at where all those gear shifters and stuff is, and the axles right there. You got all that stuff you got to try to get up into. It came in to be more of an issue with the actual Raptor liner, because that stuff sprays out really thick, so it's really thick on there. But I couldn't stay back far enough to get like a good consistent spray, so I was too close and everything got coated really heavy. Alright, so now we're going to start spraying the black. So basically we're just going to cover the wheels and the tractor frame and loader itself, because that's all we're painting black. The hood and the body panels, we're all doing that green, so that's going to be on a different day. We already did the primer on there. I'll just go around. One reason I like that epoxy primer from Raptor is that you can top coat that with Raptor liner without having to scuff it back up for anywhere from 1 hour. I think I actually read 30 minutes, but I'd wait an hour, 1 hour to 3 days without having to scuff it back up. As late as it was getting here, I kind of didn't want to continue doing this, but I thought that tractor frame, there's no way that I'm going to go back in there and try to scuff all that up after I go work for a week. So I was just powering through it, and we're just going to get this black on here. The biggest thing with the Raptor liner in general is it goes back to the same old thing. You got to make sure that it's mixed really well. So with the black, I always mix it in the bottle. Basically, it comes with a hardener in a cup. You pour the hardener in the cup to the line, you pour that hardener inside the Raptor liner bottle, and you shake it for at least 2 minutes. If it's ever not spraying out real well, it's usually because it's not shaken up very well. And so always just kind of stop, shake it up more, and try it again. Another good tip is to run some acetone through the gun. Before, I always did every couple of bottles. This time I actually did it every bottle, and it seems like it had a really good stream the whole time I was painting. So now we're going to move on and start painting the green. Now with the green, I usually mix this color outside of the Raptor bottle. So basically you have a plastic cup, you actually dump the Raptor into the plastic cup, then you put the hardener into the fill line just like with the black. You dump that hardener into the Raptor bottle, shake it up so you can get any of that Raptor that's in there that's left over, all mixed up together, then pour that in the cup. And then I take my Velocitint and I pour my tinning into the cup. And then I take a stir stick and I mix it all up. Then I pour it back into the Raptor bottle and start spraying. Now, given the fact that I did hang these body panels up, it did help a lot. I could paint both sides for everything except for the hood. I didn't think that I could hang the hood up. And I did have a spot where the primer messed up when I sprayed the bottom of the hood and then I flipped it over on top because there's one spot in the middle that rubbed. But I did use a little workbench to raise that up off of the middle part. And so basically it was only sitting on some bolt holes when I flipped it over. But I did basically paint the underside of the hood and then all the body panels at the same time. And then I went back after that was dry, flipped the hood over, and painted my two coats on that. All in all, I was really happy with the two coats of green and the dust coat that I put on. And then, I went through and pulled the tape off where I had tape over labels and such because you want to pull that tape off when that Raptor liner is still wet. I actually missed one of my labels, and the label actually came up with the tape after it dried. So try to get those off. And then I'm actually going to go back and I got new labels to put on there, but we'll get into that in a minute. The other thing that I did the next day is I went back after I gave that some time to cure and I got this vinyl. I actually used Google Gemini with a picture of my old hood, told it to take that same font and make me the letters again. And it did a pretty good job of matching the font. And so I put that on some vinyl with my Cricut machine. And this is actually permanent vinyl here. And then I take it and I place it on the hood and use a heat gun and a tennis ball to push it on there real good. I was kind of always afraid that it would have a hard time coming off because it's permanent vinyl, but it really wasn't that big of an issue. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to put that vinyl down. We're going to remove the transfer sheet, the carrier sheet that we used to put it on there. And then we're going to go through and tape everything off. After we get it taped off, because we're just going to try to paint the background in that area around that text. So once we get everything else taped off and you only see the vinyl in that area around the vinyl, then we're going to spray some black Raptor liner on that and go back and pull the tape off and then pull all of those vinyl letters off that I just put on with a pick. I'm going to say that I'm really happy with the way these letters turned out too. I think it looks really nice. So then I went ahead and mocked the hood up just so I could kind of see what it was going to look like and how well it was going to blend in with everything. Then it was time for me to try to freshen up these labels with the new labels that I actually found online, and I think that they worked out really well. I wanted to try to find a way to freshen up all the gear handles and stuff like that, and I actually ordered some Plastidip and Plastidipped them and the gear shifter, and I think it turned out really good. I'm really happy with it. And then at that point, we went and started working on some stuff we had to paint black. So I had to paint the console, the instrument cluster, and the bottom of the seat. Then I decided to paint the 3-point hitch, actually with just paint and not the Raptor liner because I figure it's going to be moving a lot more and I didn't want to mess the threads up for all of those turnbuckles where you have to shorten and lengthen them, and so I figured paint would just be the better option. So now we're going to start putting some stuff back together, and I wanted to clean things up a little bit more, so I got this wire wheel for a bench grinder, and I'm actually, these are the bolts that hold the wheels on. So I'm kind of going over a lot of these bolts and stuff just to clean the threads up a little bit, even though, it's kind of a pain anyway because I have a bunch of Raptor liner in the female aspect of all those threads, and so it wasn't the easiest to get to go back on. So now what we're going to start doing is putting some of these body panels back on because I wanted to put the wheels back on. I actually wanted to do this before I did some more attention to the painting detail of the loaders because I wanted to move it outside because I couldn't tell if it was level right here. So I'm putting this inner fender on. The fenders come in two parts. It's like a lower fender you mount to the tractor frame, and then an upper fender that mounts to that, and then there's a cross brace that mounts in between the two. It's kind of a pain to get them all lined up correctly, but once you do it, basically it all kind of intertwines with each other to strengthen the whole fender set on both sides. So now that we got her out of the carport and we have it on my wheels and the loader's not on the ground anymore, I can tell exactly right where the levelness is. And then I wanted to add some details to make this thing look like a little Willys Jeep, which is what I'm going for. And so I started with this star emblem, and basically it had a bulldog on there before, but there's a lot of rust on that loader, so I wanted to get the rust off, and I couldn't really preserve the decals that were on there, and I wanted to kind of do this just to kind of bring everything together, and I thought it would work good, but I was kind of pushing my limits with this whole vinyl thing because it doesn't like to stick to the Raptor liner. I think I got it pretty much figured out now. But basically what I did is I used the design that I was going to do, which was the star, cut the star out, and then I weeded the star out and left the background to use as a stencil. And so then just like the hood, I used the heat gun and a tennis ball to rub that on there really good. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you a spoiler. I had it bleed through on my first star, and so basically you want to take that tennis ball and you want to really go to town and make sure that it's adhered really well around all of those edges. One more thing that I wanted to do is put the tractor's name on there. Since this is kind of just going after my truck, which is named Hank the Tank, I thought, what's a better name than Hank Jr.? So I also made me a stencil in like a military format here. This is Hank Jr., and I'm going to put that on the loader arm. So I'm kind of going to paint all this together. So I would just use the same process here with the heat gun and the tennis ball, and try to level this out because that arm on that loader is more of a trapezoid shape, and so it's kind of hard. Have to actually use a level and have faith that you're on semi-level ground in order to get this thing right where it should go. But again, you just use that tennis ball and that heat gun, get it adhered well on there, and then you go through and kind of tape everything off that we don't want to paint. So with the tape, I also used some paper, some 12-inch rolled paper, in order to protect the rest of the loader and the other parts of the tractor that I didn't want to get overspray on. Then I just used some basic self-priming white satin paint after I did scuff the surface up a little bit in order to help it adhere to the Raptor liner a little bit better. But I used that paint just for some light coats. I used 3 coats, so I did 2 light coats and a pretty heavy coat on top of that. So now was the moment of truth. I was just trying to pull the paper off. I didn't want to pull the vinyl off yet, which worked fine around the Hank Jr. sticker there. But before I knew it, I was just trying to pull this tape around the vinyl off, and all of a sudden it started pulling the vinyl off on the star before I noticed it, and I started noticing that smudge that we talked about before. Now, luckily, I was able to go in with some acetone after this and clean that star up a little bit so it does look quite a bit better. And basically I was, right here having this moment where I was thinking the worst. I thought I'm going to have to paint black over all this stuff and start all over again. But I feel that the acetone that I used and the way I cleaned that up, it made it look 10 times better. It's not perfect, but it is an old tractor and it's good enough for me. So guys, we still got a lot of upgrades to do. We still got to finish putting this thing together and fix the charging system, but I had to kind of mock it up here and set it out by the truck, which granted this is before I put that stuff on the loader, but you can kind of see what I'm going for and I really love it so far. But we are going to have at least one more video in this series, so if you enjoy this, stick around and watch it, and we'll be back with that soon.